Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Thailand Tales. We're on episode 3 now. This episode is going to be Pattaya. Before we start, I just want to say rest in peace to Coolio. Legend in hip-hop, one of the most iconic songs in hip-hop. One of the songs that caught my attention early on when I was young. Karaoke favorite of mine. Gangster's Paradise, and even performed it at my cousin's wedding. Great song. Rest in peace, Coolio. A lot of you might not know that I actually do a bit of rap music myself. Well, I don't really do it as much anymore. It's not a burning desire in me anymore to do, but I'm feeling a bit inspired about it lately now. I've been called out and a lot of rap things popping up, called out there during the week. Not the person's best work, if you ask me, but I'm feeling like I might engage again. So anyway, tangent Timmy there again. We are here to tell Thailand tales, and today I'm going to tell tales about Pattaya. Now, some of you may know Pattaya, some of you may not. I hadn't a clue about Pattaya before I went to Thailand. So as I was telling you in the last video, I got the job in Pattaya. I was in Bangkok at the time, and the guy asked me, Daniel, if I minded working in Pattaya. And as I said before, that struck a chord with me. So Pattaya, back in the 60s, Pattaya was an old fishing village. It's a coastal town, about 120,000 population, a little bit less. And it's amazing that it once was a fishing town, because now it's like a Las Vegas type of an area. It's really, really something. And I went there to teach English. So my journey to Pattaya, my first experience in Pattaya, was a funny one in itself. We hit the road, myself and Ying, and I had a hotel booked. Had it pre-booked, and the plan was I'll stay one night in the hotel, get my bearings in the place, find out where the school was, and get accommodation close to the school. So it was about an hour journey. Pattaya is probably a little over an hour southeast from Bangkok. So the drive, we got there and we were looking for the hotel. Had the booking, had the location out. A little bit difficult to find it. We were going down, we came into Pattaya. You could see bright lights as you were coming in from the Bangkok side. And it was intriguing. I hadn't seen anything like that in Thailand really at that point, like bright lights and signs to go into bars and things like that. And we went down a back street and we found the hotel. Now Ying had begun to say, oh, let's get a different hotel, maybe we'll get a different one. And I was like, no, I have this one booked, we might as well just use it. Do this one, it's already booked, so we're not going to discard it. Now I forget the name of the hotel, but I remember pulling up and there was a big neon sign for it, like a fluorescent pink neon sign, and we were pulling in and Ying was like, oh no, I don't think so, good idea. And I was just like, we're grand, we'll stay here, it's already booked, we'll stay here. So she was just going along with it. So we pulled up and got out of the Jeep, and I went towards the reception desk. You could see like a line of rooms. I went to the reception desk and nothing really stood out to me. There was anything wrong with the place or anything. It wasn't an expensive place. I remember booking it at a good price, just for the sake of having the place to stay for the night and, finding my way. And then Ying came along behind me. I have to admit, not kind of sheepishly behind me, not so kind of the life was zapped out of her. And they says, "Oh, you want to come? How long you stay for?" I said, "Oh, just one night." And they gave me a piece of paper, and Ying was kind of still like, maybe we shouldn't. And I was like, "It's grand." And we got in. They brought us to the room, and we got into the room, and it was all pink inside with love hearts on the pillows and like little chocolates on the side of the thing. And it was a very cheesy looking room, and there was a kind of a smell of aerobics in it. If you want to say physical activity had happened in the room, you could tell. And then it kind of hit me that this is one of those short time hotels where you just book for an hour with a girl or whatever. And then it kind of hit me, and I realized, okay, yeah, I should be a bit more accommodating to Ying here now. I see why she wouldn't want to stay here. And then another thing hit me. They probably thought she was a girl I was bringing there. So she would have been there mortified with all this going on, and me not really copping it. And when I did cop it, I said, right, that's grand, we'll look for another place. And we didn't end up staying there. So we moved on and we drove around. Now she had been telling me, "Oh, dirty man go to Pattaya, bad man go there." And I was like, "What do you mean bad man go there?" And she's like, you will see. Oh, a lot of bad men go there. So I was starting to kind of get this picture of the place. It's a seedy, sin city kind of a place. So we found the school that I was teaching in. Now, the room that I had gotten for a nightly rate wasn't awfully far away from the school. It was 15-20 minute walk, I suppose. So it done me for the first while I was getting my bearings in the place. Now, there was plenty of property around the school, not too far, so I was going in and I was talking to the people about the chances of getting a long-term rent. So when you say long-term, month by month, because it's cheaper obviously than just paying the night. So I had my eyes set on this spot, lovely looking spot, balcony, 5-minute walk from the school. I think it was 7,000 or 8,000 baht per month. And this was the one I fancied, but they couldn't speak to me until, the manager wasn't there available to talk until, we'll say, 7 o'clock on the Thursday evening. So I had gotten it into my head I want to get this place, and I had discussed with them at the desk it'd take around 12,000 baht to get me in there and to get it, everything sorted, whatever the other charges are, a little bit of deposit and electricity and water and whatever you have. So it was going to be 12,000 baht to get me in there, and I had around 15,000. Funnily enough, how the last video ended, I had around 15,000 baht. So once I would have had the room, I would have been very comfortable and be able to let my hair down and go out and drinking and messing and blackguarding. So I had the day I was going to view it. The same day my colleagues from work were going out. We had done the training together, and we were going out for a few beers and we were going having the crack. Now this fella who trained with me is a sound Irish-skin. Name was Josh. He's from Essex. We got on well. We'd have the crack, good old sense of humour, good old banter, and he's a sound old fella. So he was raring to go for beer. He was mad to go drinking. With me included. So he had started drinking, and from the minute he put the drink to his lips, my phone kept ringing. Where are you? Come on, we started already. Come on, come down, we started already. And I was on my way to see the apartment. I was going to view the apartment at the time. So I had the few quid, So he kept ringing me and come on, we're started already. The party's going. Let's go. Now there was no way in my mind that I was going to bring in the money I had, because I had it in my pocket and I was going up to the apartment and I just wanted to give them the 12,000 baht and keep the other three, and I could spend the other three. Then I didn't care. And we were getting paid not too far distant from then anyways. So the last thing I was going to do was go down drinking with this fucking full of crack English fella who's just raring to drink and party and do shots. There's no way, because I know what I'm like. I'm a fucking idiot and I'd blow all the money. So I got to the apartment and the manager wasn't there. Oh, very sorry, he's not here, but he said please come back Monday. So I says, fuck it, I can't secure it now. I says, fuck it, alright, that'll do. And I was going back to the room to leave the money in and to go drinking. And your man kept ringing me, Josh kept ringing me, and he says, hop on the back of a bike, just come on now, come on. Whatever the rush was, I don't know. But you know how it is when you're raring to go drink and you're raring to party and have the crack. So I says to him, I said, I've all this money on me now. If something happens and if I blow it all or lose it, are you going to cover it? I said, if you are, I will. I'll hop on the bike and I'll come and meet you now. He says, yeah, no bother at all. He was probably thinking that everything would be grand and that it wouldn't come to that, but I knew what it was like. And so I says, grand, we'll go down, we'll have the drink. How you get now? So that was it. I went down and I met him and they had the crack. We were playing pool. There was girls everywhere. There was drink everywhere. There was shots. I remember being on the back of a motorbike with him going to Walker Street. I remember loads of bright lights. I remember, where are you going? I remember me asking him where he was going at one stage. And then I just woke up. Lying back like that. Opened my eyes. I was like, oh. I remember something hitting me like, this is Pattaya. And I was wake as water. I was lying back in the bed, fucked. Turned over, looking for a bottle of water. Got a bottle of water, drank it, lied back, just trying to remember it, and complete blackout, other than the bits and bobs I told you about. Big hangover. Picked up my trousers, thought about money. Oh jeez, I better make sure I have this money now. Went to my trousers, didn't know what to expect. This was a very suspenseful moment for me. Put my hand in, felt a very light fold of notes. Took it out, 3,000 baht and some 20s. I said, what? It's like, oh fuck. Sat down on the bed with my hands in my head. I was like, oh fuck. And I thought, well, at least fucking Josh has agreed to that, but I didn't want to be asking him. I said, but at least he did agree to that he would cover the rent for me and I'd give it to him out of the wages. Next thing, the bed started ruffling. And I fucking looked around, wasn't there someone in the bed? I hadn't a clue. Someone in the bed. Now, she wasn't the prettiest picture I had ever brought home. But, as your man said, as that English manager said, Ian fucking whatever his name is, they're not the prettiest girl, but we'll take it home anyway. Have a cup of tea. Thank you, ma'am. That must have been it, because I hadn't remembered bringing her home. I didn't even know she was there until the bed started moving. And I was just kind of, fuck. And I went into the bathroom and washed myself and thought to myself, this one might have money. I might have given her money. So up she got anyway, and she was nice, all nice. And I said to her, did I give you money last night by any chance? Oh yeah. She said, yeah. Too much. So I was like, oh lovely. Can I have it back? So she gave me 3,000 baht back. Now I don't know if you know anything about Pattaya, but it's rare that a girl will give you money back if you do end up bringing one home. And I was thinking, fuck, if she's giving me this back, Lord knows what she has or what I gave her. Felt like fucking holding her, turning her upside down and going through her bag and getting me money if I did give it to her. But I couldn't. I didn't do that. We lost the game. And I had the agreement from Josh that he'd give me the money. I wasn't so sure that would happen either, but the agreement was made for a reason, and I fully intended, if the situation happened, to be asking him for it. So, sent her on her way anyway. I was there, left with me fucking 6 or something, 1,000 baht, 6 and some change. And thought to myself, fucking hell, this place could eat you alive. Fucking rang your man, Josh, said to him, man, you won't believe it, I done it. He couldn't believe it. He says, what? I said, man, will you just give me the price of the fucking rent, please, man? I done it, I'll tell you all about it. And he did. And I don't think, it was a very random situation. We didn't know each other that long. Fair play to him that he stuck by his word, because I would have been in awful trouble. I'm sure he was worried. I'm sure he was wondering about the fucking, whether it would come back to him or not, the money, when we get paid. But surely enough, I got into my apartment. I was delighted. I had my little spot to operate from. And when I got paid, I gave him back the few quid. And that's the first experience I had with the Pattaya nightlife. Did I rein it in after that? Did I learn my lesson? I think you probably know better than that I didn't. But I never left myself in as worrying a situation. There was a safe at the house, in the room I got, and my money stayed there anytime I went out from then on. Now, I was often out and came back and dipped into the safe. But the idea of leaving it far away was that I wouldn't have it to just blow. So we leave it there for that episode, and yeah, we leave it there so you just have a picture of how crazy it is in that place, Pattaya. Now, I spent, just so you know, I wasn't a pure fiend, drinking, sex-driven monger while I was there. I spent 5 months in Pattaya, and I spent another 5 months in Rayong. Rayong is a completely different place. Most people say that Pattaya is not a representation of Thailand. It is a fun place to be. So that's what happened. So thanks very much for watching, everybody. Until the next episode, peace and love.